They smile at your success. They congratulate you on your wins. They seem supportive on the surface, but something feels off. There's an edge to their comments, a coldness in their eyes, a pattern of small behaviors that don't match their words. And you're starting to wonder if they actually resent you instead of celebrating you. You're probably right. Envy doesn't announce itself. People rarely admit they're jealous. Instead, it leaks through specific behaviors that reveal what they won't say out loud. And once you know what to look for, you can't unsee it. Let me show you the 8 things people do when they secretly envy you. Not because they're terrible people, but because envy is a painful emotion that makes people act in ways they'd never consciously choose. Behavior 1. They downplay your achievements immediately after acknowledging them. Congratulations on the promotion. But didn't you say that job was stressful? Great that you bought a house. The market's crazy right now, though. Hope you didn't overpay. Love that you're losing weight. Just make sure you're doing it the healthy way. They give you the compliment, then immediately add a qualifier that diminishes it. The but that follows every achievement. The concern that's actually criticism. The question that plants doubt. They can't just let you have the win. They need to find the flaw, the downside, the reason it's not actually as good as it seems. Research on social comparison shows that people who feel threatened by other success often engage in what is called automatic downgrading, unconsciously diminishing achievements to protect their own set. It's not calculated meanness. It is their brain trying to make your success feel less significant, so theirs feels less inadequate by comparison. If someone consistently can't celebrate your wins without finding something negative to attach to them, that's envy speaking. Behavior 2. They're suddenly competitive about things they never cared about before. You start running, and suddenly they're training for a marathon. You mention learning a language, and they're already 3 lessons ahead. You get a promotion, and they start talking about opportunities they're considering. Everything becomes a race. They need to win. This is a reactive competition. Studies show that envy triggers competitive behavior even in domains where the person previously had no interest. It's not that they genuinely care about these things. They care about not being outpaced by you. Your progress feels like they're falling behind, so they scramble to catch up or get ahead. That's envy-driven competition. Behavior 3. They give backhanded compliments that sting more than praise. You're so lucky you can eat whatever you want and stay thin. I wish I could be as confident as you, even when I have nothing to be confident about. It must be nice not to worry about money like some of us have to. These aren't compliments, they're insults, disguised as praise. They position your positive qualities as unearned, unfair, or actually negative traits. The subtext is always that you didn't deserve what you have, that it came easy to you, that there's something wrong with being the way you are. Research on indirect aggression shows that envious people often use disguised hostility, because direct hostility would reveal their jealousy. Backhanded compliments let them express resentment while maintaining plausible deniability. If you call them out, they can claim they meant it as a compliment, and you're too sensitive. If someone's compliments consistently make you feel worse instead of better, that's intentional. That's envy finding a socially acceptable way to hurt you. Behavior for they're conveniently unavailable when you need support, but always around when you're struggling. You get good news, and they're busy. Can't talk. Take days to respond. But when something goes wrong in your life, suddenly they're very available, very interested, very eager to hear all about your problems. This is schadenfreude. Pleasure in others' misfortune. Studies show that people experiencing envy actually feel relief and satisfaction when envied individuals experience setbacks, not because they're evil, but because your suffering temporarily equalizes the perceived unfairness of you having more than them. If someone is consistently Mia for your wins, but front row for your struggles, they're not a friend going through something. They're someone who prefers you unsuccessful. Behavior 5. They share your failures or struggles with others while staying silent about your successes. You tell them something went wrong and suddenly other people know. But you tell them about an achievement and they never mention it to anyone. They're selective broadcasters of your information, and they always select the information that makes you look worse. This is reputation management through gossip. Research shows envious individuals often engage in social undermining, subtly damaging the envied person's reputation to reduce the perceived status gap. They can't elevate themselves as easily as they can lower you in others' eyes. If you notice your struggles become public knowledge through someone who rarely publicizes your wins, that person is using your information against you. That's not careless gossip. That's strategic. Behavior 6. They copy you but claim it's coincidence. Your style, your ideas, your life choices. Things you did first suddenly become things they're doing too, but they never acknowledge you as the inspiration. They act like it was their own original thought, their own discovery, their own choice. Studies on mimicry show that envy often drives imitation. People want what the envied person has, so they copy in hopes of achieving the same results. But acknowledging you as the source would mean admitting you're ahead, that they're following, that you have something they want. So they copy in secret and pretend it's original. If someone keeps coincidentally doing things shortly after you do them but never admits you influenced them, that's envy-driven imitation without the honesty. Behavior 7. They bring up your past failures when you're experiencing current success. You're happy about something good happening now and they say, remember when you could undo this? Or didn't you fail at something similar before? Or hope this goes better than last time? This is success sabotage through negative priming. Research shows that reminding someone of past failures during present success activates doubt and diminishes enjoyment. Envious people do this to steal your joy, to make sure you can't fully experience your win without remembering your losses. If someone consistently reminds you of failures when you're celebrating successes, they're not concerned about you repeating mistakes. They're trying to make sure you can't enjoy your wins. Behavior 8. They are overly interested in the problems or difficulties behind your success. They don't ask how you feel about your achievement. They ask how hard it was, how stressful, how much you had to sacrifice, whether it was worth it, what the downsides are. They're mining for reasons to feel better about not having what you have. Studies show that envious people seek information that makes others' successes seem less desirable. If they can convince themselves your achievement came with unbearable cost, they can tell themselves they're actually better off without it, so they fish for the negative details. If someone asks more questions about what you gave up than what you gained, more about the stress than the reward, they're trying to find reasons your success isn't actually enviable. Here's the hard truth about envy. It's not always about bad people. Often it's about hurt people. People who feel left behind. People who are struggling while watching you thrive. People who measure their worth by comparison and lose every time they compare themselves to you. That doesn't excuse the behaviors. It doesn't mean you have to tolerate being undermined, copied, or treated with disguised hostility. But it helps explain why people you thought cared about you are acting like they want you to fail. Envy is painful. It makes people who might otherwise be good friends act in ways that damage the relationship. And often, they don't even realize they're doing it. The behaviors are unconscious responses to the discomfort of watching someone have what they want. So what do you do when you recognize these patterns in someone? You create distance. Not with confrontation, because envious people rarely admit envy. They'll deny it, get defensive, make you the problem for suggesting it. Just reduce how much you share with them. Reduce how much access they have to your life. Stop telling them about your wins. Stop seeking their support. Stop expecting them to be happy for you. They can't be. Not because they don't want to be, but because their envy won't let them. And that's not your fault. You didn't do anything wrong by succeeding or being happy or having things go well. Their envy is about them, not you. But protecting yourself from its effects is your responsibility. You deserve people who can genuinely celebrate with you, who don't need to find the flaw in every achievement, who don't compete with everything you do, who don't give compliments that feel like insults, who show up for your wins as enthusiastically as your struggles. Those people exist, but they're not the ones showing these 8 behaviors. The ones showing these behaviors are telling you, through their actions, that your success makes them uncomfortable, and you can't fix that for them. You can only decide how much of yourself you're willing to give to people who could actually be happy for you. The answer should be less and less until it's nothing at all, not with anger. Just with awareness. They're showing you who they can be for you. Believe them, and adjust accordingly. Your wins deserve celebration, not qualification. Find people who can give you that. And let the envious ones watch from a distance they created through their own inability to be happy for you. You're not responsible for managing their feelings about your success. You're only responsible for protecting your joy from people who can't let you have it. Do that. Starting now.